Okay, so y'all, what's up? This is part 4 of Finding Purpose in Pain. We have gone through my childhood. We have gone through 8th through 10th grade. We have talked about Lola and who she is. So y'all, we at the point that I'm about to graduate high school. It's my 12th grade year. I told y'all that I did go to an early college academy. So when I got to high school, at the regular high school, I wanted to continue that on. So I went to the career academy. And I did some high school classes. I did some college classes that counted as high school credit. But I made C's on them. But when you make a C in the academy, it's a B in high school. So I had a good grade for high school, but I didn't have a good grade for college. So the colleges don't even know that I did that. I did not put that on my transcript to go to college because I didn't want to start off with a bad GPA. But it was hard for me trying to manage school and Lola and working, because I still worked at Dairy Queen. It was hard for me to do that. So I knew I could pull out a C. I knew I could do a C. And I knew a C would turn into a B. So that was cool with me. But that's a little small secret. I did not put my actual first year of college. Like I didn't let them transfer that. I didn't put that on my transcript. I said this was it. Don't look for nothing, because I didn't want that. But anyway, so we get to my high school graduation. I graduate. And this is random. I don't want y'all to think my family's just so terrible, but they left me at my graduation. I literally had to catch a ride home because once they called my name, my whole family left. Nobody stayed after. I don't have any pictures from my high school graduation with any of my family members. Not one. You know how we graduated at the stadium. You know how everybody come take a picture. Everybody went home, and they had my car keys. So they took my car keys home. So I had to catch a ride home to get my keys, to go back to the stadium to get my keys to get my car, child. But anyway, I graduate high school. We have a graduation party. And I was supposed to go to Spelman. I wanted to go to Fort Valley State. And nobody seen my vision. So I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew that I wanted to have a daycare. And so to have not necessarily to have a daycare, but to get that director's certificate and all that, you have to have a degree in family and consumer science. There's only 2 schools in Georgia that have family and consumer science: Fort Valley State University, the Fort Valley State University, and the University of Georgia. If I went through what I went through at Fort Valley financially, y'all wasn't finna pay for me to go to UGA. So I chose a school that I knew was gonna help me. Like, they thought I was choosing Fort Valley because my oldest brother went to Fort Valley. Y'all act like I went with him. No, I wanted, or because it was a party school. But the only reason I knew Fort Valley was a party school was because they had that lit graduation video. Okay? But you have to get there. So I know you don't wake up and go to graduation. I had never seen the band. I never heard the dun 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 dun. I never heard none of that. I was not in it for none of that. Nobody even knows. My first time seeing Fort Valley was moving day. My mama didn't even want to take me to the school. Like, I didn't do no campus tour. I didn't know where nothing was. Nothing. No. So yeah, like I went on campus thinking that I could just come on campus and do a campus tour. Nobody was at the school. All I could do was pay my $200 for my room. I paid my $200 for my room. And that's how I ended up on the 3rd floor, because I ended up paying for it after I graduated, because everybody thought I was going to Spelman. Everybody thought I was going to Spelman. I don't know why. My mom was lying to them folk. Talking about I was going to Spelman. No. But I'm going to Fort Valley State. Cool. So me and my homegirl, we graduated from the same high school. We had a little graduation party with her cousin. Real cute. We go off to college now. Mind y'all, before I leave to go to college, the dude that I met in prison, we had became cool. I ain't gonna say I met him in prison. I met him in middle school, but he didn't really meet me. I just knew of him. So whatever. We became cool. Like, I hadn't been in his grandma's house, been around him. I went to his grandma's house and I told him, like, I did it. I got accepted in the school. I'm finna go to school. Like, I did it. And he was like, where you going to school at? And I was like, in Fort Valley. It's like 3.5 hours from here. I'm so excited. And his grandmama was so happy for me. Y'all never forget this. His grandmama was so happy. And she was just like, that's so good. I'm so proud of you furthering yourself. And he was pissed. He was like, so you ain't gonna live here no more? And I was like, nah, I'm moving, like I'm doing it. I'm finna start working in Jacksonville. I was nannying in Jacksonville. I'm finna start nannying and just being up and down the road, nannying to get my money up. And I'm going to school. His grandma was in the kitchen. Like, you could just see the light on her face. And he was pissed. And he was like, I don't know who told you was doing that. Ain't nobody say nothing about that. Like, not in no crazy jealous way, but his grandma was like, boy, you better leave that girl alone. She ain't doing that but trying to better herself. That's what you supposed to be doing. You should be happy she trying to better herself. Like, she real deal told him, like, she ain't doing nothing wrong. Just because she going somewhere, that don't mean she, like, y'all can't talk or whatever. Like, but she need to go get herself together. She need to go do right. And he was like, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. I ain't say I was all right with that. I ain't say I was okay with that. But I just brushed him off because, boy, I went right on to nanny. And I went on to college. Boom, 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 boom. We on my sophomore year of college. It's the summer of my I think I was living off campus in Fort Valley. I don't know. But I'm thinking it's my sophomore year because my freshman year is when my brother died. And I think I just went back to campus and stayed on campus that summer. Or either I stayed home, I don't really remember. But it was 3 days before my birthday. This had to be going into my sophomore year. 3 years before my 19th birthday. And 3 days, I'm sorry. And me and my homegirls, we all went out to Applebee's. And I still have the picture of me. And I'm only giving y'all detail of this so y'all could put together where I'm going with this, okay? And I'm touching my hands and scratching my hands because this is real. This is real deal for me. Like, this is real. Like, my hands are sweating and my hands don't sweat. So, we went out to, no, I'm sorry. This is before my 20th birthday. Yep, this is before my 20th birthday. So it was no, this is my 19th. I'm so sorry. 19th or 20th. Don't hold me to it. If I had to go back to the calendar, I could tell you because it was a Wednesday. Whatever Wednesday, July 3rd or 2nd, what year that fell on. It was a Wednesday. It was karaoke night at Applebee's, and we were not. The only reason I know I was 19 or 20, I wasn't old enough to drink yet. But we went to Applebee's to have drinks. Like, we real deal. And this is not against Applebee's. I don't know who the waiter was. I'm sorry. We went to Applebee's to have drinks, and I think the only reason she let me have the drinks is because it was right before my birthday, right before I turned 21. So we having drinks and we doing karaoke night. It was just me and my homegirl, Deja. But I ended up seeing Nakia out there and all that. We took a picture together, everything. I had on an olive green dress. I had on a girdle because I was way bigger. This is when I was 300 something pounds. I had on a girdle. To it was one of them pull up girdles. Had on my girdle, my bra. I'm talking about, yeah. So my mama said, like, you don't have to be home till like 1:30. Like that. I'm in college now. I don't really have no curfew, but don't be outside playing. Don't think you're sweet. So cool, bet. About 1:30, 2 o'clock, cool. So, karaoke night in early at Applebee's. About 12. So, the boy that I met from prison, his grandmama still lived in the same place. And so, the way it was, Applebee's is right here. His house is right here in a subdivision. He live in some apartments. I live across the street. We still live in Beverly Shores. So, I live across the street in Beverly Shores. It wasn't time for me to go home, and it wasn't time for my best friend to go home either. She was driving. If I would have went home, it would have been over with. Like, the night would have been over with. So I said, oh, let me call him and see if he's home. I just need to go pee. My best friend, Deja, could get, if I could put her in the car right now, she could tell you every single thing that happened. I go to his house. He came downstairs, and we was just talking for him, and he was like, like, what's up, da 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 da. He was actually talking to another girl, like some girl. I ain't gonna say some girl, cause I know exactly who it is, but girl was wanting to argue with me and fight with me about him, and I'm like, girl, you got him. Like, I hadn't already been to school. I wasn't stun that man. Like, girl, you got him. You see, I think he either recorded me or something, and the girl was ready to go off. Anyway, he was talking to another girl. Like, he was actively talking to other people. So I didn't think he would stun me. So he came downstairs, we talking for a minute, blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, I came over here to go to the bathroom. You'll let me just go to the bathroom? I didn't want to go home yet because if she dropped me off, she lived on the other side of town. So she dropped me off, the night is over with. And it was still early. It might have been like 12:30. So it was still early. Like, nah, I just need to go pee. And me and her, we rolling. We night crawlers. Like, we going to go see where Quan at. We going, shit. That's my dog. So we out. Like, we was out. Like, I just needed to go pee. I just needed to go pee. So we go to his grandma apartment. And there's nobody there. Cool. So we go to the apartment and I go pee. He stay up front. I go pee. I still have my girdle on. Like, it took me a little minute to come out the bathroom. I pull my girdle back up, make sure it was right. You know, you pull your girdle up, pull the bra strap down. Suit yourself. So, I walk out. I feel like I'm finna throw up. Excuse me. Excuse me. I walk out. And he's standing in front of the door. I'm like, bro, what you doing? Daddy's you downstairs. Come on. And he like, nah, I told you wasn't going nowhere. And you still went. And I was like, bruh, what are you talking about? Like, I might have had like 3-4 drinks. So I'm a little lit. But I'm like, bruh, what are you talking about? And he like, I told you wasn't going nowhere. And you still act like you ain't hear me talking to you. You still went to college. Like, you still left me. And I'm like, what are you saying? Like, what am I supposed to do? You wanted me to stay in Brunswick? Like, you wanted me to stay home? And so he's like, nah, I'm gonna show you. I told you not to leave. And y'all, this is the same man that is smaller than me, like shorter than me. I'm trying to walk out the door and he pushes me on the couch. Excuse me, I forgot to throw up. He pushes me on the couch. And I'm like, bro, what is your problem? Like, you that mad that I went to school? Like, is that serious? And he was like, nah. Like, he pretty much just kept saying, I can't remember verbatim like the whole conversation, but I realized to shut up and just let it happen. But because he wasn't listening to what I was saying, but he just kept saying, like, I told you couldn't go nowhere. Like, I told you not to go nowhere. I told you not to leave. And I'm just like, bro, what? So this man is like, through my girdle. Like, I had the pull-up girdle, and it was the girdle with the piece in the middle. Like, it was literally underwear. Like, it was the pull-up underwear. He snatched everything to the side, and I still had my dress on. I still had my bra on. Whole thing. I feel like I'm finna throw up. And yeah, like, he made me have sex with him. I just laid on the couch. Like, I literally just remember laying on the cushions, and I was thinking, like, why your grandma not here? Why your brother not here? Why is nobody here? Like, how is nobody here? And it's not no point in me screaming because Deja is downstairs in the car parking lot. Like, she's not going to hear me, and you done already put your hands on me. Like, you already put your hands on me. You pushed me to get here because I'm at the door. I could vividly see the whole living room. I'm at the door, and you pushed me from the door to the couch and told me not to go nowhere. Like, you already done did that. So I don't know. Like, I ain't gonna say I'm just out here fighting for my rights, but bro, what am I really gonna do? If you could stop me from going out the door, what am I really gonna do? Like, you completely stopped me from going out the door, like, and kept reminding me that I wasn't supposed to go nowhere. And I think the saddest part about it is like, not even the saddest part, but like, he don't feel like he did nothing. He don't feel like he did nothing. He don't feel like he did nothing. Like, to him, it was nothing wrong with that. And the only reason why I say it's not the worst part is because after it happened, I came downstairs and I was just numb. Like, I was just paused. And Dash was just like, what's wrong with you? Like, she kept asking me, what's wrong? And I didn't say nothing. I just said, just drive. Like, leave. I don't want to be over here no more. Like, just drive. And she was like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong? And then when we got to my house, I just was like, he made me have sex with him. I didn't want to. Like, he had sex with me through a girdle. Like, he literally held my girdle in his hand and made me have sex with him. And I couldn't scream or cry or nothing. I mean, I cried. I was crying the whole time, but I couldn't scream because you was downstairs. Like, if his folks don't hear him, like, if they don't hear him, like, if they don't hear what's going on, because he wasn't hollering at me, but he made it very clear that he told me not to leave. Like, very clear. Like, very clear. So and when she asked, I was just like, she said, why you ain't say nothing? We could have whipped his ass over there. And I was like, bro, I already lost. Like, who we fighting? Who are we fighting and for what? I already lost. I already lost. So, I got home, and at this point in my life, I had somebody that I considered my godmom, and she was like, she was the person that saved me from trying to take myself out of here multiple times. Like, every time I felt some type of way, she was like, no, Kyla, don't do it. You know, like, you okay? You all right? I'm sorry your mama like this, da-da-da-da-da. So I called her, and I pretty much told her what happened. Like, he made me have sex with him, and I didn't want to. And she pretty much told me, like, oh, that's not that. Like, that's not rape. That's not sexual assault. And I've always understood that there's a real terminology to rape. Like, there are some people that have real deal been through it. So I already didn't want to say it because I ain't gonna say what I went through wasn't traumatic, but it's some people that been tied up, like, traded. Like, it's some real deal stuff going on. So I had already downplayed it to myself, like, no, this not that bad. You know, like, you all right. Calm it down. Like, calm it down. And so after she said that wasn't really nothing to talk about, I just got quiet. Like, I said, okay. Like, okay. Okay. And I had a homeboy that was an RA with me while I was an RA, and I don't even know how he was awake or how I was awake, but something, he just randomly asked me, like, what was I doing up or something like that, and I told him, like, I'm just numb right now. Like, I don't really know, and I can't vividly remember whether or not I told him, but I feel like I did tell him, and he was just like, that's not cool, that's not okay. But I felt like I had, like, the idea in my mind had already been made up that I wasn't protected. Like, all right, my mama don't protect me, so it ain't no point in me saying nothing to her. She done already showed me that she don't protect me, so it's not no point in me saying nothing to her. I never said anything to my dad or my brothers because I didn't want them to end up in a place where they get in trouble. Like, I always felt like, you know, like, my brothers will take it too far, or they'll really hurt somebody for hurting me. So I never said nothing because I got nieces, I got nephews. Like, my brothers they can't do that. Like, nah, like, I'm all right. I got it. And I never said nothing to my mom or my daddy, honestly, because I didn't want them to feel like they raised me wrong. Like, I didn't want them to feel like they did anything wrong in raising me. Like, nah, y'all did good. I know how my mind is, and I didn't want nobody else to feel like they did wrong, so they need to take themselves out. Like, me personally, like, when I feel like I even hurt somebody, or if I feel like I'm not there for somebody, if I feel like I don't show up for somebody, I beat myself up bad because it's like, you're a bad person for that. And so I didn't want nobody to feel no type of way because of what happened to me. Like, I didn't want nobody to feel like they wasn't doing their part because that happened to me. Like, I don't even know another way to put it, but I didn't want nobody to feel like they weren't doing their part by protecting me or by, you know, being there, because it was nothing nobody could have did. Like, the only thing that could have prevented me from being in that situation would have been loving myself enough younger, or having enough love and support around me that I didn't go look for it in other people. Because sorry, I just had to make sure the car was crunk. But because I was looking for that in other people, it led me right there. Like, I think the hardest part of 2024, or even the end of 2023, because I don't remember exactly, but for God to tell me, like, you know, if you wasn't looking for love, like, you would have never been in that situation. Like, that's what I mean when I said, like, once you could put it in your mind that you are the reason that you in certain stuff. Like, you know how hard that is to sit back and be like, dang, if I wasn't looking for love and just throwing myself at people, I would have never been around that man for him to do that to me. Like, I would have never been around that man for him to do that to me. And so that's a hard mental state to take in. Like, dang. So people not showing me no attention when I was a kid, and people not telling me they love me in the daytime, and people not hugging me, and people not just being there for real, like, not just for show. Like, I could count on my hands how many times I done hugged my mama in my childhood life and adult life. Before I went to college, it was less than 5 times that I've hugged my mama. But if my mama's in front of people, or we at church or something, or if it's an award ceremony, she there. She want to take pictures. She want to hug. My dad the same way. If it's a moment to show up, it's a moment to show up and show out. But like, to just sit back and be like, dang, I real deal, I got myself here, like, and then to sit back and be like, it wasn't 100% my fault. But that's why I said it was important for me to record these videos, because I need people to understand, like, if your child showing out, or if your child got a lot of, like, if your child got emotions, like, you don't want to dismiss that, because they gonna put it somewhere. Like, they gonna find somewhere to put it. So a lot of people think I be tripping or I be crazy. Like, the dudes I talk to, they don't be understanding. I make it mandatory. Like, when I say mandatory, if we talk about doing life, you got to know my kids going to church, because that's what saved me. Like, them people, when I say my Nene from church, my Nene knew me since I was a little girl. And I told my Nene when I was a little girl, when she used to take me to Sunday school, I said, Nene, I'm going to pay you back one day. Like, Nene, I'm a real deal pay you back one day. My Nene took me, like, she don't understand, she was getting me out that house. Like, out of that mental state, out of that, like, when I say I loved going to church, I loved going to church, because what? Like, it's a bunch of happy people in here for real. And at church, everybody got their mask on. You seen the best version of my mama at church. Everybody got their mask on. My mama was on the pastor's board. She made sure the pastor had punch, and she went home and would cuss everybody flap out. But at church, that was a perfect image of my mama. Like, that's who my mama was supposed to be. That's who my mama ended up, who she tried to imitate now. But okay, cool. Like, oh, y'all, yeah, so cool. Like, church was my safe place. Even besides my mama, I've always done praise dance, and I always was ready to do the Easter speeches. I was ready to sign me up for the conferences. I'm ready to go to Augusta. I'm ready to have my my old green on. I went to YPD. Like, get me. Y'all appreciate me. Y'all be happy I'm talking. Y'all be happy I'm saying something. Y'all happy I get up and I want to say the prayer. Y'all happy I get up and I want to say the call to worship. Like, whoa, like, nobody understood. Like, that was everything to me. I had a pastor when I was, Pastor Mathis taught me how to pray. I'll tell anybody, Pastor Mathis taught me how to pray. She taught me how to pay my tithes. But there was one day when she said, do you know how much your mama love you? And I just looked at her with the blanket stare. I swear to God I did. And she said, you just got to know God love you so much more than that. I looked at that lady and I said in my head, I really do hope so. Because I, like, when I say, when some people, when you have discernment as a child, it's hard. I could tell the difference between right and wrong as a kid. And there, because I'm a kid, you got to, like, hush. You a child in a grown woman's spot. Mind your business. Watch your mouth. Like, that's what it was. And so I was being told this whole time, like, nah, you wrong for one. Like, it was stuff that I wanted even to this day, it's stuff that I want my parents to do. Like, I want to call, and I want to, but I've been reminded, even in my adult age, like, you know, like, not that it's not important, but you need to find your person. Like, in every aspect of my life, I've been told that that's not what their role is. Like, for example, and this video is gonna be a little bit longer, but it's okay. For example, When I was a little girl growing up, I used to ask my mama, like, I wanted to be a cheerleader. I wanted to do gymnastics. And I went to gym, and the lady told me the only way I was going to be able to do the split the right way is if my parents got my legs popped. The inside of my legs popped. She said the inside of my legs was too stiff, and one of them, they needed to be popped. Whatever that was. Do the little butterfly thing and crack them. So my mama, I'm not lying. My mama literally said, oh, no, that's for you and your boyfriend. Whenever you get a man, you tell him to crack your legs. That's what that's for. You told an 8-year-old who wants to go, 9-year-old, because I was in 4th grade. We lived in the house in Brookman. You told an 8-year-old to wait till she get a boyfriend to pop her legs for gymnastics. Pretty much saying, wait till we have sex and then my legs will pop. And then, like, when it comes to my dad doesn't realize I've always had the image of him rescuing me, because it was like I went through so much, and it's like, you came home, so I'm thinking you're going to rescue me. And so my dad, he says stuff like, oh, that's what your boyfriend for. I ain't your boyfriend. You a third. Like, I'll get into that later, but it's been times where I just feel like I'm like the third person, and it's like, where do I belong? And so that right there, that where do I belong, it'll let you put yourself anywhere. Like, okay, boom, I fit there. Oh, dang, I fit there too. And when you a good person, you fit everywhere. Like, when I say I fit with the nerds, I fit everywhere. Like, I fit with the teachers, I fit with the military men. When I say if I want something, I fit there because I'm a good person and I have a good heart. And then you don't realize how much you done passed yourself out until all of that come back to you. And it's just like, dang, all that, like, a lot of this stuff is happening because I'm missing this part. I'm missing this compartment. I'm missing, like, I'm looking for something. Like, I'm throwing myself so somebody could need me. Like, I need somebody to need me. Like, please pick me up. Please pick this up. Like, I'm just throwing it. Like, please. And that's not good, because you start wearing yourself out, and then you get to the point that you feel overwhelmed, you feel drained, you feel like you got depression because you done been so much to somebody else, when you don't realize that you looking for them people to be that back to you, and that's your problem. Like, that's why you're not fulfilled. That's why you mad, and that's why you frustrated, because you're not pouring that from a pure place. You're pouring it from a hurt place, and you want somebody. Like, before I used to get in relationships with people, I would tell them the story that I just mentioned about the boy and telling me I wouldn't leave, because it was my defense mechanism. Like, if I tell you how bad I already been hurt, it's no way you gonna come in the door and hurt me worse. Like, it's no way. Like, you mean to tell me I give you the synopsis and I tell you everything that happened, and you come out the door doing the same thing? But to me, that was like, okay, cool, I could trust somebody else. I could throw my all in. I can go all in on somebody else, because he already know how bad I've been hurt, so he ain't gonna hurt me no more. Like, that's real. Like, I swear to God, I could show you screenshots in my phone every time I only been into relationships. Both of them relationships, I prepared a note. To let them know what I've been through and why you don't need to put me through nothing else. Not realizing that the people that are supposed to be around me, they come in my life not putting me through nothing else. I don't have to give them a transcript of everything I've been through for them not to hurt me. Like, it's just natural to be a good person. Like, when you are a certain person, the people that's supposed to match you, they match you. You don't have to pay nothing. You don't have to go through nothing. Like, you're gonna have to go through something, but you don't have to pay a subscription fee to have the people in your life that's supposed to be there. Like, there's no subscription fee. Like, hands off. If you don't have nothing, they still the same exact way. Those are the people that are supposed to be there. Like, the people you don't have to bribe, the people that you don't need to need you. Like, they sufficient enough that they don't need you, but they want you to be there. That's the point that you want to get to. And so the whole part of me telling this story and telling this series is that y'all see, I went through a lot of pain not finding purpose in it, and just letting pain. Like, when I tell y'all, when I go through all these stories, y'all gonna see I just been getting knocked the fuck out. Like, when I'm talking, and I keep hitting my hand like this, because when I tell this story, I just want to put my hands on somebody. Like, I be wanting to put my hands on folks, because y'all play with me. Like, y'all play, and I wasn't trying to hurt nobody, and I still for real bit, bruh. But this video is enough. I really am enjoying recording these videos, so I really hope that I get some positive feedback. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, or you need anybody to talk to, I don't want nobody else to be in that spot or situation because they looking for somebody. Like, let's find Jesus for you together. Like, you need Jesus. Let's find Jesus for you together, boo, because no, I don't want nobody going through that. Like, y'all see, I'm traumatized still. Like, I could talk about it way better. I used to be, I could talk about it way better, but just understand when people are when they telling you they pain, they going through that emotion. So just listen. Like, you don't have to comment and be like, girl, you so strong. I would appreciate that, but I value y'all listening and changing. Thank you. Love you. Have a great day. Bye.